Okay, this next part I might go through a little quickly. So if you need to pause the video, or since it's on YouTube, you can also slow down the video if Mr. Brasser's talking too fast. That's not funny. Anyways, uh, yeah, you can pause the video, slow down the video, rewind the video as much as you want. So this first one, it says, or for this section, it says, write an equation for the lines with the following properties. The first one says a slope of 3 that passes through the point 1, negative 2. We just need to come up with something that uses a slope and a point. How about point-slope form? Sorry, it's not showing up on your screen. Yeah, there we go. So point-slope form, let's plug that in. So we have y minus y1. Well, we only have one coordinate, so it's negative 2, equals m, our slope, we're given 3 times x minus x1, which is 1. If we clean that up a little bit, we end up with y plus 2 equals 3 times x minus 1. Put a box around it, that's it. Letter B, it says a slope of negative 1 and a y-intercept of 5. So we need an equation that has the slope and the intercept. If we go back up top, you'll see that there's one called slope-intercept form. So let's plug that in. We got y equals the slope negative 1 times x plus our intercept of 5. You can clean that up a little bit, just make it a little cleaner. It's not that much different, but negative 1 times x, we can just express it as negative x plus 5. Letter C, it says a point passes through 5, 3 and negative 1, 1. Couple different options we have here. One option we have is to use 2-point. So we have 2 points, so let's use the 2-point. So 2-point form. Let's choose this first one to be scratch that, x1, y1, and this one down here will be x2, y2. And if we're plugging that into the equation, again, just to refresh on the equation, so in case you don't want to scroll back up, it's y minus y1 equals the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Remember, that part's just the slope, times x minus x1. Plugging in what we know. Again, it doesn't matter which 2 points or which points we choose to be x1 and y1 or x2 and y2. If you flip them around, you're going to get a slightly different looking equation, but it's equally right. Plugging in what we have here, we got y minus, goodness gracious, we chose y1 to be 3, equals y2 in our numerator here. Y2 we said was 1 minus the y1, 3. X2 we said was negative 1 minus x1, so minus 5. And then we have x minus our x1 of 5. We have y minus 3 equals, in the numerator of that fraction, we have 1 minus 3, which is negative 2, over negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6 times x minus 5. Y minus 3 equals negative 2 divided by negative 6. Sorry, I'm waiting for error server. There we go. Negative 2 divided by negative 6. We can reduce that. We have a negative divided by a negative. Anytime you have a negative divided by a negative, you end up with a positive. So it's almost as if you can just like change those to positives. So we can just focus on the 2 divided by 6. They both have a common factor of 2. So if we divide both of those by 2, we end up with 1/3 times x minus 5. And that is one way to write that equation. Letter D, a horizontal line with an intercept of 4. Let's scroll back up. Let's talk about horizontal lines. Horizontal lines is y equals b. That's it. It's the b value. It's that y-intercept that we talked about when we talked about slope-intercept form. So we have y equals the b value, or y-intercept of 4. That's it. Done. Put a box around it. That's it. Not too bad. Next up, we got one that passes through the point 0, 9, and 6, 0. We got 2 more points again. We're going to use that same equation we used for letter C. We'll call this one x1, y1, and we'll call this one x2, y2. And we do y minus y1 we're calling to be, we decided to be 9. Again, you could flip the points around. Doesn't make a huge difference. We have y minus 9 equals Now we got to go through the slope formula. y2, 0 minus y1, 9, divided by x2, 6, minus x1, 0. And then we have x minus our x1, which was 0. Y minus 9. Our numerator up top, we got negative 9 divided by positive 6. X times 0, x minus 0 is just x. So if we clean this up a little bit, we have y minus 9. Negative 9 divided by 6. Both 9 and 6 have a common factor of 3. So we can divide them both by 3. We end up with negative 3 over 2 times x. This is one way you can write this equation. If you want, you could add 9 to both sides and make it into slope-intercept form, which would give you y equals, I'm running out of space here, so let me zoom in, negative 3 over 2x plus 9. That's another way to write that same answer. So there are multiple ways of writing these same answers. This last one, for time's sake, I would like you to try on your own. But the final answer, I'm going to put it in slope-intercept form, is y equals 5x minus 5. So you can check your work on that one. You should end up with 5x minus 5.